Okay, let's work on this one. I have the graph of a polynomial function, and I am supposed to give the lowest degree polynomial that might be graphed. So I can immediately tell I turn around once, twice, three times. So I know I need to be at least a degree 4. Right? That's something that I know. So the degree has to be at least a 4 degree. Right? I'm looking for x to the fourth. So instead of writing ax to the fourth plus bx to the cubed, right, ax to the fourth plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus blah, blah, blah. Let's write this in factored form because I know my zeros, right? Let's give this a name. Let's call it p of x. And I'm looking at the graph here and I see that when x is equal to -4, I have a 0, which tells me that x plus 4 is a factor. I'm looking at the graph and I see that -2 is a 0. So I know that x plus 2 is a factor. Also from the graph, I see I have a 0 at +2. I know that x minus 2 is a factor. All right, now how many x's do I have so far? I've got 1 from there, 2 from there, 3 from there. So far, I have a cubic. I have a degree 3 polynomial, 3 x's over there. I'm supposed to have 4. So I go back through my zeros and I see, well, that one's supposed to be odd multiplicity because I passed through. That one's also odd multiplicity because I passed through. But this one is even multiplicity. So that needs to be an even powered factor. So this x plus 2 right there, I'm going to put a 2 on that. Right? I could have chosen a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, really any even number, but it says give the lowest degree. So if I can choose any even number and I want the lowest even number, then let's choose 2. All right, now let's count our zeros. And I've got 1 there, I've got 2 there, I've got another one there. So in total, I do have my 4 zeros. I've got my 4 x's. So this is a degree 4 polynomial. But what else can we do? I notice that my y-intercept is supposed to be 4. So without changing the zeros of this polynomial, I can stick a constant out in front of it. Let's say, what do we want to use? Let's use d. Right, d is some real number. I can vertically dilate this function to give myself the right y-intercept without changing my zeros. So I know that this function at 0, the y-intercept is supposed to give me a 4, right? Right there at 0 on the y-axis, the function passes through 4. So what is my function so far at 0? It would be d times 4 times 2 squared, which is another 4, times a minus 2. So that gives me a, what is that? That's 4 times 4 is 16. That will be minus 32. So minus 32d is equal to 4. And now I can recover my d value by looking at what is 32 over 4. Right, so 4 into 20 is 5. 24 would be 6. 28 would be 7. 32 is then 8. So 4 over negative 32 is my d. So that's minus 1/8. Okay, so my function p of x is minus 1/8 x plus 4 x plus 2 squared x minus 2. All right, so I have the right zeros, -4, -2 with even multiplicity and +2. I also have the right y-intercept because that minus 1/8 in front, that makes me pass through y is equal to 4 when x is equal to 0. So this is the degree 4 polynomial that we're looking for. And just for fun, let's go ahead and expand this out into standard polynomial form. All right, trying to look for this form right there. All right, so I have minus 1/8 let's take the x plus 4 times the x minus 2. So that'll give me x squared plus 2x minus an 8. And then now the x plus 2 squared will give me an x squared plus a 4x plus a 4. All right, now let's send this x squared through here. I have x to the 4th plus 4x cubed plus 4x squared. All right, now let's send this 2x through. I get plus 2x cubed when it hits that. I have plus 8x squared when it hits that. And I have plus 8x when it hits that. And now finally, let's send the minus 8 through. So I have minus 8x squared minus 32x minus 32. All right, now let's send this minus 1/8 through. So I have, actually, before we do that, let's make it easier on ourselves. Let's leave that out for now and try to simplify. So I have x to the 4th. How many x cubes do I have? Plus 4. Now I'm plus 6. So plus 6x cubed. How many x squareds do I have? Plus 4, plus 8. So now I am plus 12. Then I'm back down 8. So I'm back to plus 4. And how many x's do I have? Plus 8 minus 32. What does that leave me with? 32 minus 8 is 24. So I have minus 24 x's right there. And then I have this minus 32 term. All right. Now let's send that minus 1/8 through. Minus 1/8 x to the 4 plus 6 divided by 8 is the same thing as 3 divided by 4. So, oops, but it's minus 3/4 x cubed. 4 divided by 8 is 1/2, and it's minus. So minus 1/2 x. 24 divided by 8, what is that? That's 3. So it's now plus 3x. And then that 32 divided by the 8 gives me a 4, and it is positive. So this is the 4th degree polynomial that might be graphed there. Okay.